Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kaalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM. Physics, Chemistry, Earth Science, Biology, Biochemistry, Environmental Science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is the way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity and how the world develops and works today. Science. This is your class, and this is science. And now, here is your host for the day.
A blessed morning to all our viewers and listeners, especially to our grade 7 learners. Hello, hello! Again, welcome to our class in Science 7. So this is our first week for the third quarter shift 2. I hope that you are in a safe place and you are comfortable in your places.
Okay, yes, Ma'am Bell. Before we start our session, I just want to greet our officer in charge and Chief Education Supervisor, Dr. Rodrigo B. Pascua, and also our head teachers in different learning areas, teaching and non-teaching personnel. A blessed morning to everyone!
Ayan, nalakas ang energy ni Ma'am Teresa. Nakakahawa naman. Okay, yes, Ma'am Tere. So, gusto ko lang batiin muna ang aking mga minamahal na estudyante, ang 7 Archimedes, 7 Galileo, and 7 Newton.
Okay, yes, Ma'am Bell. Nais ko ding batiin ang aking mga estudyante, ang 7 Aguinaldo, 7 Sulaiman, and 7 Mabini. Sana mga anak, ipagpatuloy ang pakikinig hanggang matapos ang live discussion.
Yes. So, Ma'am Tere, kasama din natin sina Ma'am Mir Nagalinggana at Sir Hector Del Rosario.
Yes, Ma'am Bell. Good morning, everyone. Especially to my grade 7 Rizal and grade 7 Zamora. I hope, my dear learners, tapusin ninyo ang ating episode today para hindi kayo mahirapan sa pagsagot sa inyong activities. Muli, good morning po sa ating lahat.
Yes, Ma'am Mirna, gusto ko ring batiin ang aking mga estudyante na hindi nagpapahuli sa mga activities natin. So, sila yung 7 Bonifacio, 7 Del Pilar at 7 Jacinto. Kay maligayang pakikinig sa inyo, mga anak.
Okay, thank you Sir Hector and Ma'am Mirna. Gusto ko rin batiin ang mga estudyante ni Ma'am Linda, ang 7 Kultura, 7 Sining, and 7 SPJ.
Yes, Ma'am Bell. Pinapabati din ni Ma'am Rio ang kanyang mga estudyante, ang 7 Luna at 7 Lapu-Lapu.
Yan.
Yan. So, Ma'am Bell, what do we expect to our discussion this morning?
Yes, Ma'am Tere. So, we are expecting that our students should be able to differentiate distance and displacement and calculate the distance and displacement of an object with respect to its reference point.
Wow! So, it looks interesting, Ma'am Bell.
Yes, ma'am.
So, to all our viewers and listeners, hold on until the end of our discussion.
It's
Scientific time!
Dance Radio.
mabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Physics, chemistry, earth science, biology, biochemistry, environmental science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is a way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity of how the world develops and works today. Science, science, science. This is your class, and this is science. And now, here is your host for the day.
Good day, our dear listeners, especially to the grade 7 learners. We are grateful that you are tuning in to your radio program, The School on the Air, and it's Science Time.
It's Science Time!
Make sure that you're in a comfortable place while listening to our broadcast. Are you ready to listen, discover, and explore the world of science?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's great! I know that you are now ready and excited to learn. So here's your teacher on the air, Teacher Royofe B. Magaway.
Good day to our listeners, especially to our grade 7 learners.
It's a wonderful world and a beautiful day.
It is nice to be with you again for another episode of Acquiring New Knowledge in Science 7. It's really a wonderful day. For today, we shall have our first lesson for quarter 3. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. You have learned from one of your lesson in grade 6, quarter 3, how friction and gravity affect movements of different objects. Can you still remember how the movement of people or objects is greatly affected by friction in relation to the kind of surface where they travel or move?
Yes, ma'am. If the surface is smooth, there is lesser friction, while on rough surface, there is greater friction.
Very good. What will happen to the movement of an object if there is lesser friction?
The movement of an object will be fast, ma'am.
That is right. The smooth surface causes the object to move fast. What if the surface is rough? What will happen to the movement of an object?
If the surface is rough, the movement of the object is slow, ma'am.
Absolutely. Because there is greater friction on the surface, the object moves slowly. I believe that you already understood how friction affects the motion of an object, and we are now ready to our new lesson about motion. You are expected to achieve the following objectives. Number 1. Describe the motion of an object in terms of distance or displacement, speed or velocity, and acceleration. And 2. Differentiate quantities in terms of magnitude and direction. The title of your learning activity sheet is Describing Motion of an Object. In describing the motion of object, there must be a change in position with respect to a reference point. How can you say that something or someone is moving?
An object is moving if its position relative to a fixed point is changing, ma'am.
That's right. And how can we say that an object is in motion?
An object is said to be in motion if it changes its position or location with respect to a reference point, ma'am.
Very good. How about a girl exercising in a treadmill? Is she in motion?
The girl who is using a treadmill is not in motion, ma'am.
But why?
Although the girl is moving, she is not in motion, ma'am, because she is not changing her location from one place to another.
Absolutely. The girl who is using the treadmill is not in motion for the reason that she does not change her location from one point to another with respect to a reference point. A position or location of an object must be specified at all times from a reference point. A reference point of an object is defined as the origin or starting point for measuring motion. Examples of reference point could be a building, electric post, and gate of your house. Can you give more examples of a reference point?
Chair, ma'am.
That's right. How can the chair be considered as reference point? Give an example.
The ball is dropped from the chair and it rolled down 2 meters away from the chair, ma'am.
Absolutely. Remember that the object is said to be in motion if the object moves away a reference point. There are many ways of describing motion in our surroundings. Another way to describe motion is to relate the change of position to distance and time. When you study motion, you will come across the concepts of distance and displacement, speed and velocity, and acceleration. For a deeper understanding about reference point, distance, and displacement, let's have this scenario. Every day, Mario is walking 500 meters north from their home going to school. As he goes to school, he will pass at the barangay hall, barangay health center, Aling Teresa store, and the house of his grandmother. One day, Mario woke up 5:30 in the morning so he can arrive in the school early. He did his daily routine. He prepared his baon and packed it up. Mario is now ready in going to school. He started walking from their house to the school. What do you think is the distance of Mario from his house to the school?
The distance traveled by Mario from his house to the school is 500 meters, ma'am.
Very good. If Mario's house is our point of reference, Mario walked 500 meters. How about his displacement?
The displacement of Mario is 500 meters north, ma'am.
Very good. So, what is the difference between distance and displacement?
Distance has magnitude, while displacement has magnitude and direction, ma'am.
That's right. In going home, Mario walks on the same route. He stopped by his grandmother's house, which is 200 meters to the south from the school. What do you think is the distance traveled by Mario from the school to his grandma's house?
The distance traveled by Mario from the school to his grandma's house is 200 meters, ma'am.
That's right. Because the distance from the school to grandma's house is 200 meters. Therefore, The distance traveled by Mario is 200 meters. How about his displacement?
Mario's displacement is 200 meters south, ma'am.
Very good. Mario's displacement is 200 meters south if our reference point is the school. After going to Grandma's house, he continued walking for another 300 meters and he arrived home safely. This time, what is the total distance traveled by Mario if his reference point is their house?
1,000 meter or 1 kilometer, ma'am.
Very good. How did you get it?
Just add the distance from the house to the school and from the school to his house, ma'am.
Correct. So we need to add 500 meters to 500 meters, which is equal to 1,000 meter or 1 kilometer. How about the displacement of Mario if our reference point is his house?
Mario's displacement is 0, ma'am.
Absolutely. How did you get it?
Since Mario came from his house, it will serve as our reference point. And in going home, Mario also returned to his reference point. Therefore, Mario's displacement is 0, ma'am.
Correct. Mario's displacement is 0 because he returned to his reference point. What if Mario stopped and stayed on his grandmother's house and did not return to his reference point, or he did not go home yet? What do you think is the distance traveled by Mario if our reference point is Mario's house?
The distance traveled by Mario is 700 meters, ma'am.
How about Mario's displacement if our reference point is his house?
If Mario did not go home or he stayed in his grandma's house, his displacement is 300 meters north, ma'am.
How did you arrive with that answer?
Just measure the distance from the initial or reference point and the final destination. Mario's final destination is his grandmother's house, which is 300 meters away from the house.
Just subtract the final position with its initial position. So 500 meters minus 200 meters is equal to 300 meters north, ma'am.
Why north?
Because the point of reference is Mario's house, and from Mario's house to Grandma's house is in north direction, ma'am.
Excellent! Always remember that displacement is a vector quantity, which means that it has magnitude and direction. That's why the displacement of Mario is 300 meters north if our point of reference is Mario's house. Did you learn from our discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
We will discuss more about distance and displacement after a short break.
Oy, Pedro! Nagpabakuna ka na ba?
Oo naman, Petra. Bakunado na yata to. Dapat ang bawat isa ay mahikayat ng magpabakuna. Bata, matanda, tara na!
Tama ka dyan, Pedro. Kung may bakuna, siguradong protektado tayo laban sa virus. Kaya magpapavaksin na rin ako.
Tandaan, magpabakuna. Siguradong protektado ka.
Isang paalala mula sa Doña Aurora National High School at ng himpilang ito.
It's Science Time!
You're listening to Teacher Rio.
We're back! Based from our discussion, how can we say that the object is in motion?
We can say that the object is in motion if its position is changing or if it changes its position from one point to another based from a reference point.
That's right. What else?
Motion is described as a continuous change in position of a body relative to a reference point, as measured by a particular observer in particular frame of reference.
Very good. Can you now give your own example of object that is in motion?
A moving car, ma'am.
That's right. What else?
A running boy, ma'am.
Absolutely. Remember that an object is in motion if it changes its position with respect to its original position. What if the object is not changing its position at a given time interval?
If the object is not changing its position at a given time interval, it is said to be at rest.
That is right. If an object does not move from one place to another, it means that it is at rest. We can also describe motion by describing distance and displacement. Then what is the difference between distance and displacement?
Distance is the total or complete path traveled by an object, while displacement is the shortest path from the starting position to the final position, ma'am.
Excellent! What else?
Distance is a scalar quantity, while displacement is a vector quantity, ma'am.
Correct. For us to further understand about distance and displacement, let's answer the first activity in your learning activity sheet titled Fact and Bluff. Kindly read the directions.
Write fact if the statement describes distance or displacement, and write bluff if the statement does not describe distance or displacement. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper.
Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's start. Number 1. Distance is the total length traveled by a moving object. Is it a fact or a bluff? I repeat, distance is the total length traveled by a moving object. Is it a fact or a bluff?
Fact, ma'am.
That's right. Number 2. Displacement is a vector quantity that has both magnitude and direction. Again, displacement is a vector quantity that has both magnitude and direction.
Fact, ma'am.
Correct. Number 3. Distance is a scalar quantity since it indicates magnitude only. Again, distance is a scalar quantity since it indicates magnitude only.
Fact, ma'am.
Very good. Number 4. Distance has direction. I repeat, distance has direction.
Bluff, ma'am.
Why is it bluff?
Because distance has no direction, ma'am.
That's right. Remember, distance has no direction, but displacement has direction. Number 5. Displacement is equal to the distance traveled by an object. I repeat, displacement is equal to the distance traveled by an object.
Bluff, ma'am.
Why bluff?
Because distance is the total or complete path traveled by an object, while displacement is the shortest path from the starting position to the final position, ma'am.
That's right. There are times that displacement is equal or the same with distance. Do you know when it happens?
No, ma'am.
It is when an object has traveled a straight path. In case a body travels in a straight line path, without any change in direction, the minimum distance from initial position to final position is the same as total distance traveled. Remember that if an object travels from initial position to final position and returns to its initial position or to its point of origin, the displacement of the object is zero. It reflects that you really understood the lesson. So you are now ready to answer the rest of the activities in your learning activity sheet. Just a friendly reminder. Don't forget to read and follow the directions or instructions given on each activity. We'll be right back after this short break.
Mga kaibigan, sa panahon ngayon, kailangang magpalakas ng katawan.
Kumain ng masustansyang pagkain at sabayan ng pag-eehersisyo.
Huwag ding kalimutan ang pag-inom ng vitamins. Resistensya ay palakasin. Kalusugay huwag pabayaan upang sakit ay maiwasan.
Isang paalala mula sa himpilang ito.
It's Science Time! You're listening to Teacher Rio.
Hello, I'm back. Let's have a short recap about our lesson by analyzing some situations. A ball was left on the top table and it is at rest. Is the ball in motion or not?
The ball is not in motion, ma'am, if the reference point is the table, because it does not change its position or location, ma'am.
Very good. How about when the ball rose on the table and fell on the floor? Was it in motion?
The ball is in motion, ma'am, because it moves from one place to another, ma'am.
That's right. So what is the difference between distance and displacement?
Distance refers to the total length of the path traveled by an object, while displacement refers to the shortest distance between the object's initial position and its point of destination, ma'am.
Very good. What else?
Distance has magnitude, while displacement has magnitude and direction, ma'am.
Awesome. This only means that you really understood the lesson. I am very happy that you still continue learning despite the pandemic. Just a friendly reminder, don't forget to read and follow the directions or instructions given on each activity. Another, take your time in reading the lessons. And the last one, answer honestly all the given task activities or assessments. If you have some questions and clarifications, just tune in so you can learn more. Now that we are almost done with our lesson, it is about time to answer the rest of the activities in the learning activity sheet to enhance your skills in describing the motion of an object in terms of distance or displacement, speed or velocity, and acceleration. If you have hard time in understanding the directions, don't hesitate to ask help from your parents. You may also call your teacher for assistance. Don't forget to write your name, grade, and section. Again, don't forget to write your name, grade, and section. And so, make sure to check every item to see if there are parts you missed to fill in. We are about to end our episode for today in Science 7. Thank you for listening, my dear grade 7 learners. I hope that you enjoyed listening to our discussion. Again, this is Teacher Riofei B. Magaway, your teacher on the air.
You have just listened to Teacher Rio Faye Magaway. I am encouraging all of you to give us some feedback regarding the flow of our lesson for today. For your question and inquiry about our lesson, you may text or call your subject teacher using the numbers located at your learning packages. You may also send them your questions through their messengers and their email found in your learning packages as well. Our class in Science 7 has just ended. You can now start working on the other parts of your learning activity sheets in science to enrich your knowledge in describing the motion of an object in terms of distance or displacement, speed or velocity, and acceleration. Do well in answering your activities. I would like to acknowledge the teachers behind this School on the Air lesson. Teacher Donna Bel T. Rodriguez, the script writer. Teacher Donna Bel G. Velasco and Teacher Vicente S. Rodriguez. Teacher Rio Faye B. Magaway, your radio teacher. Teacher Riza N. Marzan, our technical specialist. And yours truly, your radio host, Teacher Arnold V. Lagasca. Keep safe and God bless you all throughout this day. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Dance Radio, siniparalan sa radyo, atid namin magkabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Yan, we're back!
Yes. Palitan lang ng position yan.
Okay, Ma'am Bel. So before we start our discussion, bigyan muna natin ng time ang ating mga learners para mag-join sa ating class point.
Yes, Ma'am Tere. So, learners, ready na ba kayo? Ayan, mukhang ready na sila. Okay, so learners, please go to classpoint.app and then i-type ang inyong pangalan and then section at pati na rin ang class code. Ulitin ko, learners, please go to classpoint.app and then i-type ang inyong name and section at pati na rin ang class code. Ayan. So ano ba yung ating class code, Sir Hector?
So, ang ating class code na gagamitin ngayon para sa lesson na to ay 31744. Okay, ulitin ko. 5 numbers lang to, mga anak. Ang class code natin ay 31744.
Ayan, ulitin lang po natin. 31744. Ayan, mukhang Sir Hector,
Okay,
meron na nag-join na isa.
Meron na, nakapasok na siya sa ating
Ayan, dalawa.
klase.
Ayan, bigyan lang natin sila ng time.
Still counting pa yan.
Okay, so Sir Hector, kumusta? Madami na bang naka-join sa ating klase?
Okay, ma'am, as of now, ma'am Mirna, nasa 3 pa lang tayo. So, magbigay lang tayo ng enough time para makapasok yung ating mga estudyante.
Ayan, dumadami na.
Oo.
Gising na ang mga grade 7. Ayan, dear learners, make sure na meron kayong papel at ballpen at pati na rin yung inyong last. Para meron kayong gagamitin sa pagsosolve mamaya. And make sure din, di ba Sir Hector, make sure na kailangan nasa komportable at tahimik silang lugar para mas makapag-focus.
Oo, kasi napakahalaga yon. Dapat kasi nakafocus talaga sila dito sa lesson natin para maintindihan nila yung ating i-discuss ngayon.
Yes, tama yan. Ayan, meron na tayong 6 learners. Ayan, 7. Dumadami pa. Okay, so ano Sir Hector?
Okay, so 7 pa lang yung nakapasok sa ating klase.
Ilan bang pwedeng mag-join?
Okay, so ginagamit kasi natin Ma'am Pro. So
Yes.
200 ang maximum na number nito.
Wow, ang dami naman. Kung lahat ng yun ay makakapag-join yung 200, sobrang dami ng ating mga participants.
Oo. Kaya nga nung umattend tayo ng seminar tungkol sa class point na yan through webinar, isa sa kinoment ko ay dapat mas marami yung
Ilan ba ang gusto mo, sir?
Kung kukunin kasi natin yung average ng mga sections na hinahawakan natin, that is more than 300. So
okay.
sinabi ko doon, kinoment ko doon na dapat mas marami para ma-accommodate lahat.
Yes, correct. Kasi maraming learners ang gustong mag-join sa ating mga klase, di ba?
Oo, kasi ito bagong strategy to, ma'am eh.
Correct.
Oo,
Ayan.
exciting to.
Bagong app.
Oo.
Okay, so bago tayo mag-umpisa, gisingin muna natin ang ating mga learners. Hello sa ating mga learners dyan. Ilan ba yung ating viewers, Ma'am Mirna?
As of now, Ma'am Donna, meron na tayong 54.
Ayan, meron tayong 54
55
viewers. Ayan, 55 na daw.
Okay, so imaginin mo ma'am yung viewers natin na 55.
Yes.
Kung lahat 'yan makakapasok dito sa ating klase, sa class point, marami yan, kayang-kaya yan.
Oo,
Okay.
tapos meron din tayong mga learners na naka-join sa Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan.
Meron tayo. Nag-aantabay na sila dyan. Naghihintay na lang sila ng go signal para makapag-start tayo.
Okay, so tingin ko ready na tayo, Sir Hector?
Sige, ma'am. Umpisa na natin.
Okay. So let us have this first activity. Feelings check-in. So ano nga ba ang gagawin ng ating mga learners? Okay, so ang kailangan ninyong gawin, dear learners, ay bibilugan lamang yung pakiramdam nyo sa ngayon. Ano ba yung image dyan sa feelings check-in ang nagpapakita ng inyong pakiramdam? Ano bang other term ng pakiramdam?
Other term?
Emotions?
Sa English, emotions.
Oo. Ano ba yung nararamdaman nyo sa
Oo.
ngayon?
Sa Ilocano, anya ka diti marikrik na yo tata. Yan.
Tanungin kita, Sir Hector, anong nararamdaman mo ngayon?
Siyempre dahil sa naka-live tayo ngayon at katabi ko yung mga kasama ko, yung mga naggagandang co-teachers ko. Siyempre happy at saka excited ako. Hindi mawawala yan.
Ayan, happy daw.
Yes.
Naragsak kami.
Okay, yes. Halata naman sa'yo, Ma'am Tere. Lakas ang energy.
Oo.
Okay. So yan, meron pa tayong 1 minute. 1 minute to go para malaman natin yung kanilang feelings sa ngayon. Ako ko ngayon, excited ang nararamdaman ko. Excited ako. Ayan.
Si Ma'am Mirna kaya, ano kaya ang feelings niya ngayon?
Siyempre, Sir Rector, masaya. Always masaya.
Yes.
Parang malungkot naman yung pagkakasabi mo, ma'am, ng masaya.
Ano naman ng senior citizen?
Dapat may energy.
Yes, ma'am.
Paano yung gano'ng kasaya?
Yan. Pag i-rate natin, ma'am, 1 to 10, ang highest ay 10, ang lowest ay 1. Alin ka down, 0?
10.
Ay, 10.
Ay,
Yan.
10. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang sa pagiging, yung nakangiti, yung hindi lang ibig sabihin nun na pag nakangiti ka, masaya ka. Meron kasi nakangiti pero malungkot ka pala.
Yes, tama yun, ma'am. Kasi yung emotion mo, minsan
kailangan mong
hindi.
i-hide.
Oo.
Ayan. Ayan. Time's up. Okay? Dear learners, tignan nga natin, Sir Hector.
So, ang naka-join sa atin ay 19 na estudyante.
Oh, ang dami. 19.
Yan. Habang tumatagal yan, paparami pa yan ng paparami, ma'am.
Okay. So,
Okay.
tignan nga natin kung ano.
Okay, close na natin to.
Oo.
Yan na. Tumingin nga tayo ng responses kung ano yung mga sagot na nila. I-time na natin yan. Okay, tingnan natin.
Okay, ilan ang nag-respond, Sir Hector?
Okay, tingnan natin kung ilan. Collecting responses pa lang tayo, ma'am. Tingnan natin. Kasi kapag select na sila ng kanilang feelings, automatic sesend na nila yan.
Okay.
So sa ngayon, wala pang nagsesend ng kanilang mga responses.
Pinag-iisipan siguro nila.
Oo.
Ano ba talaga ang pakiramdam nila sa ngayon?
Oo.
Kasi Monday ngayon.
Kasi ang una yatang nilang ma'am, ang una yatang iniisip nila, anong pangalan ng teddy bear na yon?
Hindi ko alam.
Doon sila nahihirapan, pero yung emotions nila, madali na lang yon. Yun siguro ang inuna nila pinoproblem. Si teddy bear ba yun yung alaga ni Mr. Bean?
Oo, yes, oo. Yun kasi yung naging symbol natin sa mga emotions.
Yes.
Ayan. Kasi kailangan din nating malaman kung ano ba ang pakiramdam ng ating mga learners ngayon para malaman din natin kung okay ba sila.
Oo.
'Di ba? Kasi dito na lang natin nalalaman kung okay pa ba yung ating mga learners, kung malungkot sila o ano.
Meron bang sleepy doon kanina, ma'am, sa nakita mo?
Scared, sick, ano ba yan? Happy.
Oo.
Yung mga yun Ayan.
Baka naman inaantok sila wala dito.
Oo nga, mad, excited. Pwede, may Pwede ba magdagdag, ma'am?
Magdadagdag ng emotion, ng feelings.
Ayan, tignan natin. You have 15 seconds to go para piliin kung ano ba ang inyong nararamdaman sa ngayon. Ayan, dumadami 22 learners na ang nag-join.
Kaya lang walang nagsesend ng kanilang responses po.
Ayan.
Wala
wala pa din. Bakit kaya? Ano nangyari?
Tulog pa.
Tulog pa sila.
Ma'am Donna.
Okay. Anyway, pwede naman nating gawa ng paraan yan.
Okay,
I-PM nyo na lang kung ano yung nararamdaman nyo sa
chat
ngayon.
box na lang, i-key in na lang nila dun sa chat box.
I-key in na lang sa chat box. Di ba, Ma'am Tere? Meron ba nag-comment dyan?
Sige, pakibasa.
Wala. Inaantok yata sila. Okay, anyway. So, tingin ko naman, Sir Hector, dahil week 1 tayo ngayon ng Science 7 at dahil grade 7 yung ating mga learners, tingin ko yung mga yan happy.
Yes, karamihan sa kanila happy at saka excited.
Excited. Kasi week 1 ng grade 7, ano?
Mm-hmm.
Yan. So, yan. So, madami siguro dyan ang nagsasabi na masaya sila. Meron din naman yung malungkot. Anyway, magkakaiba man tayo.
Loading daw, ma'am.
Bakit?
Loading daw po ang nagpapakita. So, ibig sabihin, mahina yung internet connection natin, ma'am.
Okay, Ma'am Donna, may nag-comment na dito.
Sige.
Si John Raydel Madriaga. Okay, so happy daw siya, ma'am. So from 7 Newton.
7 Newton. Sino yan ulit, ma'am?
John Raydel Madriaga.
Si John Raydel. Ayan, happy si John Raydel.
We are also happy to hear that, John Raydel.
Ayan. Ibig sabihin medyo mahina ang internet natin ngayon. Anyway, hindi naman ibig sabihin na pag mahina ang internet titigil na tayo doon, 'di ba? Sabi nga kahit anumang pagsubok, malalampasan natin 'yan, 'di ba, Sir Hector?
Magtiyaga-tiyaga lang tayo at makakahanap din tayo ng paraan para diyan.
Yes, be positive, sabi nga. Okay. Next na tayo, Sir Hector.
Sige. Ayan.
Okay, Ma'am Tere.
Okay, so umpisahan na natin. So to start with, tanungin nga natin ang ating mga learners. What comes into your mind when you hear the word motion?
Ayan, ulitin lang natin. What word comes into your mind when you hear the word motion? Ano nga ba ang mga salitang pumapasok sa inyong isipan kapag naririnig niyo yung word na motion? Ikaw, Sir Hector.
Okay, pag naririnig ko yung word na motion, ibig sabihin, action para sa akin.
Okay. Si Ma'am Tere.
Galaw.
Okay, galaw-galaw.
Galaw.
Si Ma'am Mirna.
Galaw-galaw din, ma'am. Pag gumalaw ang isang bagay, lumipat sa isang lugar, ibig sabihin,
Ayun. So, movement of an object from one place to another. Ayun.
Ako naman, ano ba ang naisip ko pag naririnig ko ang salitang motion? Movement.
Movement.
Yan, movement.
Okay.
Okay.
Meron na ba tayong kwan?
Okay,
Doon
tignan
sa
nga
chatbox
natin.
muna, ma'am.
Chatbox, Ma'am Tere.
Tingnan nga natin habang hinihintay natin dito sa class point natin.
Tagal, loading. Yun naman ang nakikita, sir.
Naglo-loading.
Naglo-loading sila.
Okay.
Ayun lang.
Sige.
Loading
Tignan nga natin
daw.
dyan sa class point, Sir Hector.
Okay, tignan natin dito sa class
Meron
point
na
kasi pwede
nag-respond.
natin tignan kung may mga responses na dito. Oh, yan. Meron silang
ang
mga
dami
responses.
na. Bumabawi yung mga learners
Ayan.
natin dito.
Okay. Pero still open pa rin yung submission. Mag-submit pa rin kayo.
Oo.
Okay. So, magbasahan na nga, ma'am, dito sa kwan natin.
Okay. May nagsabi, movement, distance, action, moving, speed. Sir Hector, ikaw nga naman.
So, meron din dyan, wheels, happy, inertia, may science term na dyan positive, moving object, change of position, dalawa yon, change of position.
Pero pinakamadami yung movement.
Okay, makikita natin dito, ma'am, kung ano yung pinakamadaming sagot. Iha-highlight natin. O yan,
Ayan.
movement ang pinakamaraming
Yes.
sagot.
So, movement ang pinakamadaming sagot. Okay. Ayan. Ang gagaling naman ng ating mga learners.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Next, ma'am.
Okay, next
Saan na
na
tayo?
Ayan. Ito naman. Ayan. Okay, which of the following shows that the object is in motion? Saan sa mga object na nandyan sa ating screen ang nagpapakita na yung object ay in motion? Letter A. Tignan mo nga, sir.
Okay.
Describe mo nga yung letter
So,
A.
yung letter A, meron tayo dyan, bouncing ball. Ayan,
Okay, bouncing ball.
Oo, bouncing ball.
So, taas-baba lang siya.
Oo,
Up,
taas
down,
baba.
ganun.
Sa letter B naman, meron tayong rotating, ano yan? Strawberry. Yan,
Ayan,
strawberry.
umiikot-ikot na strawberry.
Oo.
Parang sa mundo lang, di ba?
Oo. At saka dito sa letter C, si Joseph Erap Estrada nagbibisikleta.
Ayan, nagbabay.
Yan, okay. Former president natin.
Okay. So, saan kaya dyan sa mga yan ang nagpapakita na yung object ay in motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan, tignan nga natin. Meron na bang mga nagre-respond, sir? Paki-open nga yung responses
tingnan
natin.
kung may mga sumasagot na dito sa class point natin.
Ayan.
May mga
nagsabi,
sagot na.
letter C. Meron ding letter A.
Oh, 3 ang nagsabi ng letter A.
Oo.
Then, 8 ang nagsabi na letter C.
Mm-mm.
Yan.
At yung letter B naman,
Yung
wala.
letter B at saka letter D, wala
Wala.
pang sumasagot doon.
Okay.
So, meron pa silang 35 seconds para ikas yung kanilang sagot.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin talagang yung mga learners natin, meron ng 73% na nagsabi letter C.
Oo.
Ibig sabihin may idea na sila
Yes.
ng all about motion. Ano
Oo.
nga bang ibig sabihin ng motion?
Mm-mm.
Ayan. You still have 9 seconds.
Okay.
Ayan, 9 seconds. Okay? Time's up? Okay. So,
I-reveal na natin. Ano
tignan
bang
nga natin.
tamang
Ano nga
sagot?
ba yung tamang sagot? Sir Hector. Okay, ano ang tamang sagot
So,
dyan? It's letter
C.
C.
Yan, letter C ang tamang sagot. Okay. Next tayo.
Okay, so Ma'am Mirna, paano natin malalaman kung gaano kalayo ang na-travel ng isang object?
Yes, Ma'am Donna. Meron tayong 2 paraan para malaman natin kung gaano kalayo na ang na-travel ng isang object. Una, By measuring the total length of the path traveled by the object. O ito yung tinatawag natin na distance.
Okay.
Okay, yes, Ma'am Mirna. Tama ka dyan. So, let us talk first about distance. Let's have an example. Ito, dito, mag-example tayo rito. Ito yung example natin.
Sir Rector, ano ang Ilocano ng distance?
Oo nga.
Distance. Kaadayo. Kung ano kaadayo, ma'am, kaadayo.
Distansya.
O distansya.
Sa Tagalog, di ba?
Oo.
Ayan.
Okay, ito yung first example natin. A dog runs 10 meters to the east, 5 meters to the south, and another 10 meters to the west. So, anong tinatanong dito, ma'am?
So, ang tinatanong dyan ay yung distance.
Distance covered by
The dog.
the dog. Okay,
Ayan.
ganyan.
So, based sa ating example, so meron tayo dyan para malaman natin kung ano ang distance ng dog. So, we just need to add the total length traveled by the dog from its original position. So, meron tayong tinatawag na initial position and final position. So, kung iano natin,
Asan yung initial position ng dog dyan, ma'am?
so, ito yung tinatawag nating initial position. And then, ito naman yung kanyang fight. Ang hirap namang iano yan. Ito yung kanyang final position. Okay, nakuha po. Okay, so ano ang kailangan nating gawin? So, we just need to add the total length traveled by the dog from its original position to east, which is 10 meters, from east to south, which is 5 meters, and from south to west, which is 10 meters. Ano? So, it can be represented by the formula. Next slide na, sir.
Okay.
Okay, it can be represented by the formula. Total distance is equal to D1 plus D2 plus D3. Anong ibig sabihin ng D1? Yung D1, yun yung distance 1, and D2 is distance 2, D3 is distance 3.
Okay.
Yan.
Diyan sa ating illustration, ma'am, ang distance 1 ay buhat doon sa puno papunta doon sa bahay.
Oo. So,
That is distance 1.
kung titignan natin, gamit lang tayo ng ano. Anong kulay ang gusto mo, sir? Black?
Ay, favorite ko ang black, ma'am, pero mas gusto ko ang red.
Oo, sige. Red na lang garo. Okay. So,
Akala ko
mula
pink.
dito,
Sa puno,
apay nga eh. Saglit lang, ano lang
buhat
natin.
sa puno papunta doon sa bahay. That is 10 meters.
Ito,
Distance 1.
papunta doon. Ang hirap mag-ano, no?
Oo.
So, yan ay 10 meters.
Distance 1 yan, ma'am.
Okay, yan yung distance 1.
Oo.
Tapos, ito namang 5 meters dito.
Oo.
Ito yung distance 2.
Oo.
And then, distance 3 from here,
Buhat doon
mula
sa...
dito, papunta dito, that is, which is 10 meters, that is distance 3.
Namasyal
Yun.
talaga yung aso, ma'am. Ano?
Oo, gala kasi yan si
Oo.
Bella.
Siguro subdivision ito, may mga black yung pinuntahan. Umikot lang yung
Yes,
aso.
sir. Ayan.
So, Ma'am Donna, this will depend on the number of lengths covered by the object. The value of distance is always positive.
Correct.
Yan.
I-compute muna natin, sir, ano ba yung total distance na na-travel nung si Bella, yung
Okay.
dog?
So, distance 1, ang value niyan is 10 meters.
Oo,
okay.
i-ano mo, sir?
I-con natin yan.
Ayan.
And then distance 2, that is 5 meters. And then distance 3, that is 10 meters.
Correct.
So, simple addition lang gagamitin natin. So, 10 plus 5 plus 10 equals
Ilan? That is 25 meters. Huwag kakalimutan yung unit, ha, kasi mahalaga yan.
Oo.
Kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin is distance.
Mm-mm.
Yan.
Okay, so let us have another problem. Bella runs 15 meters to the north, 5 meters to the south, and another 10 meters to the west. What is the distance traveled by Bella? What do you think is the answer, my dear learners?
Ayan. Paano ba natin i-solve na naman itong problem number 1 natin? So, meron tayo dyan. Ulitin lang natin yung problem, ha? Bella runs 15 meters to the north, 5 meters to the south, and another 10 meters to the west. Talagang ang layo ng tinakbo niya, no?
Oo, kaya tignan mo yung babae doon na tumatakbo, sexy na.
Kaya nga.
Talaga naman
Sana all.
Oo, sana all.
Okay. So, ano nga ba ang kailangan muna nating gawin? Number 1, sabi natin, kailangan muna nating i-illustrate. Illustrate muna natin yung ating situation para ma-identify natin kung paano ba natin isosolve yung problem.
Yes.
So,
I-con natin. I-draw natin.
Ayan, sige. Ayan. So, pakibasa nga ulit, Sir Hector. Bella runs.
Okay, asan na kanina yung problem natin?
Nandito si...
Okay, Bella runs.
Sagad, sir. Mag-drawing lang tayo ng babae.
Sige, yan si Bella.
Ay, ano ba yan? Ito si Bella.
Oo. Runs 50 meters to the north.
15.
Ay, 15 meters to the north.
1-5.
Okay, to the
Okay,
north.
1-5.
So, this is
15 meters.
meters.
Then, 5 meters to the south.
5 meters to...
The south.
bumalik siya.
Bumalik siya.
Masaglit, dito na lang natin para may space. Ilan ulit?
5 meters yung south.
5 meters lang, so medyo bawasan natin to.
Masyadong mahaba yung kon natin.
5 meters to the south.
Then another 10 meters to the west.
To the west, so ibig sabihin gumawi siya doon.
Yes.
Ilan?
10 meters, ma'am.
Okay, so 10 meters.
Ayan.
Ayan, ang ganda ng drawing natin, ha? Pang-kinder yata yung drawing ka. Okay, so ang tanong dyan, what is the distance covered by Bella? Tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so paano natin yan na yung illustration natin, no? So identify muna natin kung ano yung given. So distance 1 is 15 meters. Distance 2 is
5 meters.
5 meters. Distance 3
10 meters.
is 10 meters. Yan yung ating given.
Yes.
Ne?
From the given,
Okay, from the given, meron din tayong unknown. Ano ba yung nahanap natin?
ang tinatanong dyan is the total distance covered by Bella.
Okay, so total distance. Maggamit tayo ng symbol na D and T. Okay, and then ano ang gagamitin nating formula?
Ang formula natin is total distance is equal to distance 1 plus distance 2 plus distance 3.
Okay, saglit. Distance.
Distance 2 at saka distance 3. Naubusan na yata ng ink, ma'am, yung panulat mo.
Ayun, bumalik na siya. Sana all nagbabalik.
Sana all nagbabalik.
Okay, so distance 1 is
15 meters.
Bakit? Saglit.
Okay. Ang distance 1 ay 15 meters.
15
ang
meters.
distance 2 ay 5 meters. At ang distance 3 ay 10 meters.
Ayan, intindihin na lang.
Oo.
Okay, so anong gagawin natin, sir?
Okay. Kunin natin yung total, yung sum ng tatlong distances. So,
Okay,
15 plus 5 plus 10.
Plus 10.
Ilan lahat?
So, ilan yan?
30.
Okay, the
meters.
answer is
30 meters.
meters. Ayan.
Okay.
So, ibig sabihin, ang layo ng travel ni Bella, 30 meters.
30 meters. Oh,
Malayo na ba yun, sir?
Malapit lang.
Malapit.
Parang kon lang yan. Parang kon lang yan. Parang doon sa gate, papunta lang doon sa gymnasium.
Okay. Ganun lang kalayo. Pero para sa akin, malayo na yun, ha?
Oo, malayo na yun.
Okay, sige. Next tayo, sir.
Okay. Next slide tayo. Ito yung kanina.
Yan yun, 30 meters. Okay.
Okay.
Teresa?
Okay, so let us have another problem. A car traveled 20 meters to the west and 5 meters to the north. So what is the distance traveled by the car? Okay, so you are asked to find for the distance traveled by the car.
Ayan, Ma'am Teresa, meron tayong mga naka-join sa Zoom. So, tanungin lang natin, nandyan pa ba sila? Okay, hello. Ayan. Ayan yung ating mga learners. Meron tayong 6, sir. 6 na naka-join. Si Liza, Angel, hindi ko makita, si Jaika, si Kirsten, tsaka si Malva. Ayan, naka-uniform pa sila. Oh.
Good to see you, mga anak. Okay, parang excited na tayong lahat.
Yes. Okay, so based dun sa ating problem, mga anak. Ayan, ulitin ko lang yung problem, ha. A car traveled 20 meters to the west and 5 meters to the north. What is the distance traveled by the car? Meron bang gustong sumagot sa inyo? Meron ba?
Parang
Sige,
hindi.
kino-compute pa lang yata nila.
Hindi, ma'am, makikita mo naman yung reaction nila, ma'am, kapag na-receive na nila yung pag napakinggan na nila yung tanong natin.
Oo.
So
Ayan,
magkakaroon sila ng
sila.
facial expression. No?
Oo.
Okay. So kapag wala silang facial expression, parang hindi pa nila nare-receive yung message. Kasi
okay.
no reaction at all sila.
Ganun ba yun?
Oo. Mapapansin mo naman sa kanilang itsura. Pag
Okay.
medyo napapangiti sila, ibig sabihin yan na.
Ayan. Mukhang nagsosolve naman sila, sir.
Kasalukuyan nagsosolve.
Ayan, kasalukuyan sila nagsosolve. Okay, yan. Ulitin.
Tingnan mo, may mga ngumingiti na. Tingnan mo.
Oo.
Ibig sabihin, na yan.
Ready na sila.
Ready na sila.
Okay, so sino kaya ang gustong sumagot sa ating number 1? Ayan, may nagtaas. Sino yun? Si Kirsten. Hello, Kirsten? Naririnig mo kami, anak? Mag-thumbs up ka nga kung naririnig mo kami, Kirsten.
Thumbs up ka, dalaga.
Thumbs up. Mag-thumbs up ka.
Kung naririnig mo kami, thumbs up lang.
Oo. Ayan.
Hindi. Dito na lang sa camera mo. Thumbs up ka.
Ayan, naririnig niya tayo. Pero, ba't wala tayong sir?
Mahina
Ayan.
yung audio natin.
Ay, nakamute ka, anak. Ayan. O, sige. Okay. Sige, go, Kirsten. Pero naririnig sa radyo yan, sir. Okay, sige. Okay. Naririnig mo, ma'am. Mag-hi ka nga, Kirsten. Hi ka mo, anak. Magsalita ka, anak.
Oo.
Meron?
Wala daw, wala.
Ay, wala.
Meron naman daw. Sige, go, Kirsten. Ay, nakamute ka, anak. Paki-unmute mo yung mic mo.
Yung para bang gumagawa ka lang ng TikTok content mo, parang ganun lang.
Nahihiya kasi sila. First time nila. Tinatanong nga ako kung kailangan mag-open ng cam. Okay.
Yes.
Meron na, Sir Joshel? Nakamute ka pa rin, anak.
Oo, nakamute ka, anak. Yung okay na yata yun. Okay na.
Go. Go. Sige.
25 meters po.
Meron.
Ayan, sige. Go, Kirsten.
25 meters po. Yung solution po is 20 meters plus 5 meters equals 25 meters po.
Sige, tuloy mo, anak. Go. Kirsten. Nakamute ka ulit, anak. Nakamute.
Napindot mo
Ma'am,
liyan.
ano pa po ba?
Iikon mo lang, anak, kung ano yung given. Ano yung given sa problem?
20 meters and 5 meters po.
Okay. So, 20 meters is yung distance 1. Tapos yung 5 meters ay?
Distance 2 po.
2. Okay, very good. Ngayon, ano ang tinatanong dyan sa problem?
What is the distance covered po?
Okay, what is the total distance? Correct.
Okay. And then, ano ang gagawin mong equation para makuha mo yung total distance traveled?
Distance 1 plus distance 2 equals distance total.
Okay, very good.
Very good.
So, i-substitute natin ngayon yung mga values ng distance 1 at saka distance 2. Ano yung makukuha nating sagot, anak?
25 meters po.
Okay. Ayan. Paano mo nakuha yung 25 meters?
Ma'am, inad ko lang po yung distance 1 and distance 2.
So, 20. Tuloy mo, anak.
20 meters plus 5 meters po equals 25 meters.
Okay, very good, Kirsten. Ayan, ang galing-galing naman nila. Okay, so ang sagot natin dito, sir, ay?
25
Okay, 25 meters. Okay, so 25 meters. So, inad lang natin yung 20 and then 5 meters. Ayan, ang galing-galing naman na Kirsten. Ayan, sa ating mga learners dyan, even though hindi kayo naka-join sa ating Zoom, basta makinig lang kayo at mag-solve. Di bale, magdi-discuss naman tayo sa kanya-kanyang klase natin, di ba, sir?
Yes, bukas yan, bukas.
Yes, okay. Yan. Okay, next. So, another way to identify the motion of an object is by measuring the distance between the initial and final position of the object, o yung tinatawag nating displacement. And in displacement, there must be a direction, Sir Hector.
Kanina walang direction, kanina yung pinag-uusapan natin, ma'am, ano?
Yes.
Yung sasagot natin.
Correct. Ngayon naman, kailangan ng direction. Ano bang ibig sabihin, ano ba sa Ilocano ang sir, displacement?
Sa Ilocano, displacement, parang wala akong word na para dun sa word na displacement. Pero maikukan ko yan sa ma-i-explain natin yan sa pamamagitan ng panalang Ilocano.
Sige,
so kapag sinabi nating displacement, I take it yung pinaka-asidig nga dalan ngagturong di papanam.
Okay. Ito yung pinakamalapit na daan papunta dun sa pupuntahan mo.
Yes.
Ay, ganun na translation, no?
Kung baga,
Ibig sabihin,
shortcut.
Okay. Shortcut, yes.
Shortcut.
Mahilig tayo mag-shortcut,
yes,
diba?
Gusto natin yung mag-shortcut na yan kasi minsan tinatamad tayo.
Oo, mas malapit kasi. Pero kung minsan pag shortcut, parang mas mahirap siyang daanan.
Correct.
Rough road.
Mas malapit pero
Ganon.
mas mahirap naman.
O kaya naman maraming damo, ganun, di ba?
Yes.
Yan. Alam nyo na ngayon, ha?
Kaya bawal mag-shortcut, ganun na ba?
Doon ka sa tamang daan. Okay. Anyway, kung saan kayo komportable, doon na lang kayo.
Ganun. Doon na lang kayo.
Okay. Sige. Ma'am Mirna?
Okay, so let us have an example about displacement. Okay, ito yung problem. A dog run 10 meters to the east, 5 meters to the south, and another 10 meters to the west. What is the displacement of the dog?
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Mirna. So, how to find for the displacement of the dog? So, to find for the displacement of the dog, we just need to measure the distance between the initial position and the final position of the object, which is the dog.
Okay, tama. Okay, so ano ang kinukuha natin dyan? Ang tanong naman natin ngayon is, what is the displacement of the dog? So, meron na tayong illustration dyan, di ba? Yung dog ay, Sir Hector?
Yung dog ay nasa silong ng puno, di ba?
Okay, yes.
Ang distance niya, buhat doon, sa puno hanggang doon sa bahay ay 10 meters.
Okay, so ang initial position ng dog is sa puno, sir.
Puno.
Yes, sa puno.
Sa may puno.
Okay, so yan. So, ang una nating gagawin, syempre, illustrate ulit natin. So, ang ating distance 1 dito ay 10 meters. And then, distance 2 is 5 meters. And then, distance 3 is 10 meters. Na-solve na natin to kanina, sir, di ba?
Oo, the same problem.
The same problem din.
Kaya lang ang hinahanap lang natin dito ay displacement. Kanina
Yes.
ang hinahanap natin is distance.
Okay.
Dito nyo na ma-identify yung kaibahan ng distance displacement.
Correct. Sabi natin kanina, Sir Hector, ang displacement from the point of origin, kung saan siya nanggaling, hanggang sa endpoint niya.
Yung final position.
So, gaano ba kalayo ito? Gaano ba kalayo yan?
Yes. Okay.
So, meron na tayong sagot dyan. Ang ating displacement dito is 5 meters. Bakit 5 meters? Kasi kung titignan natin sa illustration, from point A to point B, kung titignan natin yung distance to, it is 5 meters. So, ang sagot dyan is 5 meters. Okay? Ayan. So, madali lang, di ba? Lalo na kapag yung problem natin is in a straight path. Ayan, okay. Sir Hector, ay Ma'am Mirna.
Okay, so, wow, Sir Hector, parang math ang lesson natin ngayon. So, we can find the displacement mathematically by finding excuse me, the difference between the final and initial position of an object.
Yes, Ma'am Mirna. Mukhang may nakaalala sa iyo.
Ayan.
Okay. So, we have another way of calculating the displacement of an object. So, let us have this problem. Ito yan. Okay. Okay, kindly read, Ma'am Bell, yung problem natin. Ma'am Tere pala.
Okay,
yung problem
so this
natin.
is the problem. So a car traveled 20 meters to the west and 5 meters to the north. So what is the displacement of the car?
Okay, yan yung ating problem. Ano?
So you are asked to find for the displacement of the car.
Okay, ano kaya ang displacement ng car? So, una nating i-drawing ulit natin yung ating or i-illustrate natin ulit yung ating problem. Ayan.
Sige,
so, meron na tayong
ulit.
Okay, so tignan natin.
Kuha tayo ng board.
Okay. Ayan, medyo namamaster ko na to. Okay, so ano yung ulit, sir? Natin.
Ma'am Tere, pakibasa nga uli yung binasa mong problem.
Asan na yung nawala na?
Nawala na ba?
Pakibalik.
Okay, yan.
Okay, yan. So, ulitin lang natin. A car traveled 20 meters to the west and 5 meters to the north. So, what is the displacement of the car?
Okay, yan yung board.
So, the car traveled 20 meters to the west. Saan ang west natin? I-ano lang natin yung direction. North, east, south, west. Okay, so yung car nag-travel siya 20 meters to the west. So, papunta doon.
Yes, 20 meters.
So, this is 20 meters.
Habaan mo pa ng konti, ma'am, kasi may...
Habaan?
Oo, ba't mahilig ka sa maliit kasi na linya, ma'am?
Hindi, kasi ang hirap gawin ito. Okay, anyway.
Sige.
Okay, so 20 meters and 5 meters to the north.
Okay.
Ayan. So, yan, maikli na.
Yan. Okay, yan. Okay na yan, 5 meters.
So, this is 5 meters. So, ang hinahanap natin ngayon is what is the displacement of the car. So, kung titignan natin, yan, ito ang hinahanap from the starting point kasi to the end point. So, ito ang hinahanap natin. Ayan. Ayan. Ano ba ang displacement natin dito? Okay? So, yan. So, paano natin siya isa-solve? Pwede tayong gumamit dito ng another formula. Dahil nakakreate tayo ng triangle, so gagamit tayo ngayon ng formula. Dahil na-illustrate na natin, identify natin muna yung given. So, this is distance 1. This is distance 2. And this is unknown. So, kung i-ano natin sa Pythagorean theorem, A, B, and C. Ito yan. Unknown. Yan yung nawawala. So, hanapin natin. So, gamit yung formula or gamit yung mga given. So, gamitin natin yung formula ng Pythagorean theorem, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Ayan. So, meron na tayong A dito, which is 20 meters. So, 20 meters squared plus 5 meters squared.
Okay.
Ayan. So, yan yung c squared natin. So, c squared is equal to, so ano bang gagawin natin? Anong ibig sabihin ng squared doon? You're going to multiply the number by itself. Ano? So, 20 times 20 is, anong sagot, Sir Hector?
20 times 20 is 400.
Okay, so 400 meters squared. So, yan na yan. Plus, dito na tayo sa baba, hindi kasi magkasya. Plus, yung 5 meters squared natin. 5 times 5.
25.
Okay.
No? Ba't kasi plus multiplication kasi?
Multiply. 5 times 5 is 25 meters
Plus
squared.
kamo naman kasi.
Ayan.
Yes.
Sorry naman. So, yan. 400 plus 25 is 425. So, syempre, ang unit natin is meter squared. So, yan. So, okay na ba yan, sir?
Hindi pa okay yan, ma'am, kasi distance yung kinukan natin eh.
Ang hinahanap.
Oo, kasi may squared pa yan.
Oh, so, anong gagawin natin?
Para matanggal yung
squared.
Okay.
So, get the square root.
Oh,
Ayan, square root
Nag-introduce
natin.
na naman tayo ng square root.
Oh, may math tayo ngayon So, para natin, cancel natin yung square root, yung squared. Ayan. So, square root of 425.
Ano ba ang square root ng 425?
Andyan yung sagot. Ano ang sagot natin? Dear learners, sige, tuloy nyo nga. Square root of 425. Ano ang sagot? Okay, ang sagot natin is, ayan, 20.62 or 21 meters. And then, ang direction natin ay north. Bakit north? Kasi from this point to that point, okay, yung end natin na yung end direction natin is to the north. Kaya ang direction natin ngayon is north, okay?
Okay, so yun yung displacement. Pero makapagbibigay pa tayo ng kanya, mas simple lang diyan, ma'am. Medyo komplikado na kasi yung kinan natin. So ito
in-introduce lang natin.
Ito yung mas simple yan. Halimbawa, ma'am, buhat doon sa gate ng campus natin dito sa extension, dito sa main, papunta sa gymnasium.
Yes.
I-assume mo, ma'am, na ang layo niyan ay sabihin na nating 50 meters ang layo. Ngayon, buhat doon sa gate, naglakad ako, papunta ngayon doon sa gymnasium. Gaano kalayo yung linakad ko, ma'am?
Gaano kalayo?
Di ba 50 meters?
Yes, 50 meters.
Ngayon, buhat doon sa gym, bumalik ako sa tapat ng principal's office. Kalahati nun.
Ibig sabihin, hindi ka bumalik sa starting point mo. So, kalahati ng 50 is 25.
25. So, ileles lang natin yung 25 doon sa 50 kasi bumalik ako.
Kapag ka straight path.
Yan. Mas simple yan. Pag straight path.
Ito kasi medyo nagkaroon siya ng pagliko. Lumiko yung sasakyan.
Ang una natin i-discuss is straight path muna tayo. Pag naintindihan na nila yon, konsepto ng displacement sa straight path, saka tayo liliko.
Correct.
Huwag kang biglang liko, ma'am.
Okay.
Diretsuhin mo muna.
Okay. Sige. Next. Ayan. Meron tayong another example dyan eh. Ayan. Try nga natin to. A boy walk 4 meters east and then 3 meters north. What is the displacement of the boy? So, kung i-illustrate natin dyan, yung problem, ibig sabihin meron siyang nag-create siya ng triangle. So, gagamitin natin yung tinuro ko, yung c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared.
Okay. Yes, Ma'am Donna. Pero, before na mag-solve ang mga learners natin, kailangang i-identify muna yung given. What is the given in the problem?
Ano yung given, ma'am?
So, ano ba yung mga given dyan? Okay, so we have distance 1, which is equal to 4 meters.
Yes.
Going to east. Then, for distance 2, 3 meters going to north. Okay, and the unknown, you are asked to find for the displacement of the dog. Okay, so using yung Pythagorean theorem natin, okay, so I-illustrate muna natin. Ma'am Donna.
Okay, drawing
Ikaw
natin.
muna yung
Okay, yung distance 1.
Okay, ano? Sige ma'am, go.
Ang distance 1 natin, 4 meters going
Saglit, ma'am,
to
saglit.
east.
Ano ulit? Distance 1 is?
4 meters going to east.
East. Yan, may
Okay,
direksyon.
so 4 meters. Okay na ba yan, Sir Hector? Baka sobra naman ng haba.
Okay na lang, okay na
Okay,
yan.
illustration lang naman.
Oo.
So 4 meters.
Naiintindihan na kita,
Next. Next.
Okay, then distance 2 is 3 meters going to north.
Okay, so
Okay.
gumanon. Ilan ulit, ma'am?
3 meters.
3 meters.
mas-
Medyo
babaan mo.
bawasan natin.
Bawasan mo at
Oops.
medyo mas
Okay,
malaki
ano?
siya.
Ayan.
Bawasan ng konti.
Ayan. Ilan? 3?
3 meters,
3
ma'am.
meters.
Ayan.
Yan, okay.
So, ang hinahanap natin is?
Okay, so you are asked to find for the displacement.
So, ito ang hinahanap natin. Ay, bongking na.
Yes.
Okay, displacement. Okay, ayan yung ating illustration.
Oo.
So, asan ang A natin dito, ma'am? A
Okay.
is
4
4
meters.
meters. B is
3 meters.
3 meters. And then C
And-
is yung unknown.
Okay, yes.
Okay, ayan. Mukhang meron tayong learners dyan na nakapag-compute or nakakuha na nung sagot. Ayan, hello! Gising pa ba kayo dyan mga anak? Yung 6 na sumali sa ating Zoom? Ayan. Tignan nga natin si Angel. Angel, mukhang nagko-compute si Angel ah. Ano kaya ang sagot dyan, anak?
Sino sa Angel dyan?
Ayan, si Angel yung pink ang background.
Oh, wow.
Ayan. Sir, walang ano? Okay, Angel, ready na? Naka-mute ka yata, anak. Nagko-compute pa daw siya. Okay. Sige, i-ano nga natin, Sir Hector. Ikaw nga
Yes.
naman ang mag-compute.
Ako magka-compute?
Ako na lang mag-ano.
Sigurado
Sige.
ka, ma'am?
Okay, sige.
Hindi, sige, ma'am. Sige. Okay. Sa una, di ba yung first step natin, i-identify natin yung given.
Yes.
Ba't isa, ma'am, yung given na nandiyan dito sa...
Ayan,
dagdagan
nasa
mo, ma'am,
illustration
dagdag-
na kasi.
Oo.
Ayan, so
Yan. Yung dito, pakisulat, ma'am, yung dito. Ikaw muna ang secretary ko, ma'am.
sige, ma'am. Ay, sige, sir.
3 ko niya na. 3 meters yan.
Sorry.
Yan, 3. Okay. 3 meters.
3 meters. Anong
Okay.
direction niya?
Ang
North.
direction niya is north.
Okay. Ang
Ngayon,
nawawala?
okay, yung displacement ang nawawala. So, formula na gagamitin natin, ds is equal to
So,
Ay.
C squared.
c squared, a squared plus b squared.
Okay.
So, i-substitute lang natin. Yung a natin is 4 meters, then squared, plus, okay, 3 meters squared, then 4 times 4, kasi para makuha natin yung
4
square
times
na
4
16
is 16
meter
meters
squared.
Bakit bumabangking na yung blackboard natin?
And then, yung
3 squared
3
is?
squared, 3 times 3 is 9
Okay,
meters
so anong
squared.
sagot?
So,
16.
sagot,
16 plus 9 is?
25
Okay, so that is 25
meter squared.
To get the final answer,
Lagyan ng
Square
square
root
root.
natin.
hayaan na natin mga estudyante ang kumuha
ano
niya.
square root ng 25?
Ay, alam mo, ma'am, yung napabalita doon sa TV, yung vendor ng mani na bata, ang galing mag-extract ng square root.
Oh, talaga? Wow,
Yes.
sana all.
Nabalita nyo yan?
Yes, sir.
So, ini-square root niya yung pinagbebentahan niya?
Hindi,
Ay,
para
kala-
makabenta siya ng marami.
Pang-engganyo.
Oo.
Okay.
Tumatanggap siya ng kahit na anong numbers na ang involved ay kukunin niya ang square root
So,
niya.
biglaan yun, ha?
Oo, on the spot. Maski milyon-milyon yung sinasabi, nasasagot niya.
Okay, tignan nga natin si Angel. Angel, ano kaya ang square root ng 25? Angel, square root of 25. Okay. The answer is, Ma'am Tere?
Okay, so ang square root ng 25 is 5.
Okay, so the
So,
answer
five-
is 5
5
meters.
meters.
Ano ang ating direksyon? Direction natin is 5 meters north. Okay, so yan.
Okay, wow, ang galing naman ng ating mga estudyante. Unlike distance, the value of displacement can be positive,
Yes.
negative, or zero. So, kailan ba nagiging positive ang value ng displacement? Ito nagiging positive siya kapag, ano ma'am? Nagiging positive siya kapag straight line at saka,
Yes, straight line.
saka yan yung sample natin yan, nagiging positive.
Correct.
Then nagiging negative naman yan kapag nalalampasan niya yung original point starting point. Halimbawa, yung example natin kanina doon sa gate papunta sa gym, nung bumalik siya nagpunta siya sa extension.
Oo.
So ibig sabihin nalampasan niya yung gate na natin. So nagiging negative din. Kung i-assume natin na straight line 'yon.
Oo. Kailan naman sir nagiging zero?
Nagiging zero kapag bumalik siya
displacement.
sa dati niyang position.
So
Yung
ibig
original
sabihin,
position.
bumalik siya sa pinanggalingan niya.
Yes.
Ibig sabihin nun, nagiging zero yung ating
Oo.
displacement.
Mm.
Ayan. So, yan. Mukhang marami tayong natutunan ngayon, di ba? Okay. So, yung ating mga naka-zoom dyan, yung inyong presentation, itutuloy natin sa ating klase. Ano? So, yung mga learners kasi natin ay nag-group according to their skills or abilities. So, yung presentation niyo mga anak is i-present nyo during our class. Ganon din ba kayo, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Bukas, first period din, i-discuss natin yung hindi pa na-discuss na natin. And then,
Okay. So, yan. Mukhang ang ganda kasi ng discussion natin. Ang dami-dami nating gustong ibigay na di ba?
kaya lang yung may limit kasi yung oras natin dito.
Nagbibigay na ng signal si dito.
Oo.
Okay, anyway. So, ano ba ang pinagkaiba ng distance and displacement? Okay, anong ibig sabihin ng distance and displacement? Okay, so pag sinabi nating distance, Sir Hector, paano natin maaano? So, we can identify the the distance traveled by the object if we're going to measure the distance or the total length of the path traveled by an object. Yun yung una. So, yun tinatawag nating distance. Number 2 is by measuring the distance between the initial and final position of the object. So, or by measuring the displacement of the object. So, yun ang dalawang paraan para ma-identify natin kung gaano ba kalayo yung trinavel ng isang object. At Sir Hector, kailan ulit nagiging zero ang displacement?
Nagiging zero ang displacement kapag bumabalik siya sa dati niyang position.
Okay, yes. Ayan. So, tanungin lang natin, mukhang sayang yung exposure ng ating mga tanungin natin yung ating mga learners, anong kahalagahan ba ng lesson natin ngayon?
Yung pagkakalam mo ng distance at saka displacement.
Yes.
Anong kahalaga nun?
Oo.
Ano ba yung practical application sa buhay natin?
Correct. Anyone? Ayan. So, mukhang ready si Jaika. Jaika, para sa'yo, anong kahalagahan ng pinag-aralan natin? Ayan. May naririnig ka, Ma'am Tere?
Wala, ma'am.
Ayan.
Ikaw,
sige, ako na lang.
ikaw, Ma'am Donna.
Okay, para sa akin, napakahalaga ng distance. Kasi ngayon, di ba, pandemic. So, during the pandemic, we maintain the social distancing. So, ilang meters ba, sir, ang kailangan nating i-maintain?
1 meter to 2 meters.
Okay, 1 meter to 2 meters to avoid the spread of the COVID. Yan. So yan, mukhang marami tayong natutunan ngayon at itutuloy pa natin yan sa ating mga kanya-kanyang klase. Diba, learners? Ayan, thank you very much sa ating mga naka-join sa Zoom. Thank you mga anak. pati na rin yung ating mga viewers dyan, at lalong-lalo na yung ating mga teachers na nakinig sa ating live discussion. So muli, kami po ang Team 7. Muli kami magbabalik next week. Okay, so bye-bye. Ayan.
Physics, Chemistry, Earth Science, Biology, Biochemistry, Environmental Science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is the way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity and how the world develops and works today. Science. This is your class, and this is science. And now, here is your host for the day. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR FM.